Hi, I'm Ron Cantor, and you're watching Out of Zion on God TV. Now, Paul writes the book of Romans actually for many reasons, but one of the primary reasons is that there was persecution from the Gentile Roman believers against the Jewish believers. To help them understand their relationship with the Jewish people, Paul compares the Gentiles being grafted into an olive tree. He uses this analogy in verse 17, starting in verse 17 of chapter 11. If some of the branches have been broken off, and you, the Roman believers, though a wild olive shoot, have been grafted in among the others and now share in the nourishing sap from the olive root, do not boast over those branches. Now, you got to understand something about an olive tree. He refers to them as olive shoots. What does that mean? That's literally an olive branch. And you can actually take a cultivative olive branch and you can carve a place into a cultivated tree, and you can put that branch into the tree and it will bear fruit. It will become part of that tree. It will enjoy the sap and nourishment from that tree. But here's what you can't do. You can't take a wild olive branch and put it in a natural tree. It will not work. But what God says here, I'm going to do something supernatural. I'm going to take the nations, a wild olive shoots, and I'm going to graft them into the household of God, the one new man. And even though it's a cultivated tree, through the blood of Yeshua, they will become part of that tree. It goes against the laws of nature. But that is the mystery that Paul talks about in Ephesians chapter 3, when he refers to the body of believers made up of Jews and Gentiles from all over the world. But there's a warning here as well. Let's keep reading. In verse 19 he says, "You will say then, branches were broken off so that I could be grafted in. Granted, but they were broken off because of unbelief, and you stand by faith. Do not be arrogant, but be afraid. For if God did not spare the natural branches, He will not spare you either." Those are very serious words that Paul uses there, saying that if you continue in this attitude towards God's chosen people, God will not spare you either. Let's keep reading. "Consider therefore the kindness and sternness of God. Sternness to those who fell, but kindness to you, provided that you continue in His kindness to the Jewish people. Otherwise, you also will be cut off." These are not Ron's words. These are Paul's words. He goes on, "And if they," meaning the Jewish people, "do not persist in unbelief, they will be grafted in, for God is able to graft them in again." I thank God that I'm evidence of that I am a broken off branch that has been regrafted in. And we bless you here from Zion, whether you're a natural olive branch or a wild olive branch that's been made pure through the blood of Yeshua. We bless you from the land of Israel. Make sure to go to God.tv so you never miss an episode of Out of Zion, and find me at roncantor.com. Shalom from Israel.
Please follow Ron on Twitter and Facebook at Ron S. Cantor to find out more about Ron and his ministry. For more information on God TV and the Out of Zion programs, or to view these programs again, go to god.tv/Zion.